All right, let's dive right in. What you might think is just another boring corporate policy update is actually a whole lot more. We're talking about the opening shots of a brand new kind of conflict.
Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't an exaggeration. This is the first move in a war that's being fought over the entire future of finance.
And this is what's at stake. This fight isn't about flashy new features or who has lower fees. Nope. It's about the one resource that's more valuable than anything else right now: your data. That information, the stuff that powers all those financial apps you use every single day, is now at the center of a massive power struggle. So today, we're going to unpack exactly how a financial empire, JPMorgan Chase, made one single move that's being seen as a declaration of war against all those innovative, scrappy startups in the fintech world.
But to really get why this is such a huge deal, a real seismic shift, we first have to go back and look at how things used to be. For the last decade or so, fintech has kind of operated in a wild west when it came to getting data.
And right in the middle of all of this is a company called Yodlee. The best way to think of it is like the invisible plumbing of the financial internet. You know when you connect that cool new budgeting app to your bank account? Chances are you were using Yodlee without even knowing it. It's the data aggregator that really allowed thousands of these new apps to even exist.
So here's how it worked. It was pretty simple. You'd give an app permission, Yodlee would then act as the go-between, and boom, your transaction data would flow right to the app, making everything work. This access, even if it was a little messy sometimes, was the absolute lifeblood for all that fintech innovation we've seen. Okay, so now we get to the main event. Just recently, JPMorgan Chase went and updated its data access agreement with Yodlee. And with that one single move, the era of that open frontier, well, it was officially over. And what makes this move so brilliant and so powerful is how simple it is. The game-changing part wasn't some complex new technology or anything like that. It was just a price tag. For the very first time, JP Morgan put a formal price on accessing its customer data through aggregators like Yodlee.
And this visual really nails the shift perfectly. What used to be an open border for data, a little chaotic maybe, but open, has now become a hard wall. You could even call it a militarized border. And to get through, you have to pay a very specific toll.
And this is why we're calling it a war, not just a policy update. The critics, especially the venture capitalists who've poured money into this sector, see this as a deliberate, tactical move. It's not just about making a little extra money. They say it's about strategically controlling the entire battlefield and, to use their words, to strangle the competition that's been slowly eating away at their dominance.
So just like in any conflict, this one move instantly created very clear winners and very clear losers. The new landscape isn't a level playing field at all. It's a territory with safe zones for the powerful and really dangerous ground for everybody else.
Okay, let's break this down. On one side, you have the casualties. These are the small and medium-sized fintech innovators, all those budgeting apps and new financial planning tools. For them, this new cost is literally an existential threat. Their business models just can't handle it. But then you have the safe havens. We're talking about the giants like PayPal and Block. They're so big that they already cut their own direct data deals with the banks, so they get to completely bypass this new tool booth.
Which brings us to our final analysis. You have to see this for what it is. This isn't just a bank playing defense, it's a strategic masterstroke. It's a classic Empire Strikes Back moment for the old guard of the financial world.
Just look at what they're accomplishing here. I mean, sure, it creates a massive new revenue stream, but it's so much more than that. It rebuilds the walled garden around their data, which lets them completely control the rules of the game. It basically forces innovators to make a choice, either be small enough that we can ignore you or get big enough to negotiate with us as an equal. For everyone stuck in the middle, well, the air supply is being cut off.
You know, the whole thing is summed up perfectly here. The underlying message from the banking giant is blunt and it's powerful. For years, you've built these incredible, innovative businesses using our data. Well, the free ride is over. From now on, you're going to pay us for the privilege of trying to compete with us.
So, this is just the beginning of the data war. It completely redefines what the future of financial innovation is going to look like. And it leaves us with one really critical question. After a decade of disruption, is this how the fintech rebellion ends?